MSR Elixir 2 V2. It doesn't say V2 there, but take my word for it, it is. And the reason I know that is because I had the old version. Some of the upgrades they've done is these cast alloy ends, and they've gone straight down and incorporated those inside here as well. And also, which I'm still trying to get my head around, they've actually done that in the fly sheet as well. And the difference between last year and this year is, a lot of people don't say this, is now they've got this, which I don't quite understand yet. So last year, basically, this had a clip. So when the top sheet came over, you would just clip it off and then unclip it. And that seemed like a really good system to me. And the only reason that I can think they've got done away with that is because it was a wear point or a break point and they were having tents back. Myself personally, I hiked with mine all over Tasmania and Australia, and it came down, the weather bucketed down on many occasions. I'm currently here in France. I've done treks in Nepal, Kashmir, and yeah, Tasmania, the UK. And I'd say this tent definitely stands up. They have a lighter version to this tent, and that is called, and I'm just walking around the tent just while I'm chatting away to you there, which again some of you may know, which is called the MSR NX. Now, the MSR NX is very similar to this. The pole construction and the way they've done it is slightly different. These glow in the dark. I don't know if that's any good. And let's just get into that very quickly. I've emailed MSR and they have told me, it took a little bit of time to get out of them, but they've told me that this is a harder wearing, more bomb-proof shelter than the NX. And you've got to understand why that is, because it's heavier and there's a lot more construction in it. For instance, the pole construction, it crosses over like that. When the poles cross over, that's quite strong construction, and these cross over quite a few times. In addition to that, for this year, we're going away from the hubba NX, back to the Elixir, which we're in now. They've got these little gear lofts, and I quite like them because you can definitely put a headlamp up there, and the light hits the dome better than basically when I used to stick it in the end there. So it lights up this whole section. It's quite nice, and your watch can go in there, a pair of sunglasses. So that's quite good, I enjoy that. This is all the same. So you've got this construction here, the top, the dome, and that's the same as the old version. Yeah, and that's it really. Apart from any other thing is they've obviously got these that you mentioned, which are the glow in the dark. These seem better as well. I'm not sure if they're just a stronger plastic, but they definitely feel a lot better than the last year's version, stronger. And I always thought to myself, last year's version, I had a feeling there's a couple of wear points, and I thought that's plastic. That's a wear. If that breaks, then you're pretty fucked. Like, you'd have to figure out how to lash that across there. If you had some I don't know, paracord, I guess you could. But I mean, would you want to do that when you're up in the mountains? Probably not. But they do seem like they will last. They just feel quite nice. They do feel quite sort of strong to touch. You've got a quite nice click in there. And of course, you know, yeah, the poles are colour coded. So these aren't, but these are. So red to red. And I'd say titanium to titanium, or grey to grey. That looks like a titanium to me, but if that was a titanium pole, then this channel would be astronomically more money. But it's not. If you want to see the stats on the poles, the construction, take a look at MSR's website. All that jazz is on there. But primarily this is a stronger tent than the hubba. Obviously you sacrifice weight, but depends on what you're more interested in, weight or strength. And for me, I don't mind carrying an extra little bit of weight to know or feel like I'm in something that if the shit goes down, it's going to protect me. And I'm not saying that the hubba won't, but yeah. And this tent is a lot cheaper than that tent. That's not the factor for me. The factor was this tent just seems better. The actual sidewalls as well come more straight up than the hubba. You've got more room internally to sit up. So there's quite a few different things and a few reasons why I like this one more than the hubba NX. Anyway, that's my tent. I went with the green sheet because, well, last year I had the, I guess you could say it was a, what colour would it be? Something like that, like a grey. More like a silver. I think silver, that was right, yeah. This year they've got the silver, but they've got two bright red doors either end. They say they do that so you can actually see where to put it properly, but I mean, you know, if you're actually going hiking and trekking in these types of tents, you're going to familiarise yourself with it before you stick it up, aren't you? I mean, I'd love to do this review in the mountains where we actually are at the moment. Not in my house or my garden, but we are in lockdown and I'm trying to be sensible and yeah, be on lockdown. I did a little camp out last night, which is obviously just Easter camping it's called, but that's another story. So yeah, can't wait to get out there into those mountains, and I won't need to give you a review there because I know this stands up. I used to have the old one and I'm pretty confident that they would make this one better, i.e. stronger, and the brake points that were on last year's model, I'm assuming, and I feel confident to say that they won't be an issue with this one. Again, I never had a problem with last year's, but yeah, I'd really like to see what MSR are going to say about the changing of those on the top sheet, from a clip to an actual piece of alloy. I'm going to email them and find that information out, but to be quite honest, I already think I know what they're going to say. It's just going to be a wear point, and they've just made those because it's less chance of it breaking over time. Otherwise, why the hell would they have changed them? Because the other system, in my opinion, worked better. But there you go. This is the Elixir 2V2.